This is the Lodge Dutch oven that I use. I got it on Amazon. I think it was something like 35, somewhere around 35 bucks. Let's see, it comes apart. Okay, I'm going to make the tartine bread. Got a little bit of a start here. I'm going to show you the method I'm using is, instead of making the levain, I'm going straight to the starter. You can see it's a pancake consistency here. Make a starter for a friend of mine. Put that aside for now. And I put the starter in here. I'm going to test my water. Make sure this is 80 degrees. It's a little warm. I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm using the Thermopop. You can look it up on Google. After I poured the starter into the KitchenAid bowl, I ended up transferring some of the starter into a Tupperware and just cleaning up the jar, so it's nice and clean now. So from here I'm going to put this back on the scale, weight's zeroed out, and I'm going to put 150 grams of flour in here. Now I'll just add 150 grams of water. I'll gather that up in a separate container, and we'll stir that up and put it back in the fridge for next week. Okay, let's double check our water. It's about 81 degrees, a little over 80. Alright, so let's see, I'm going to pour this into the starter. Okay, mix this up. $725 grams of water. We have 200 grams of the starter, or the levain. I'm going to do 900 white flour using King Arthur. Red flour. We're going to do 100 whole wheat. And I'm going to do 21 grams of salt here. Alright, I've loaded this up to the KitchenAid. It's the Professional HD. And I've got some power here. And I'm just going to stir this until everything's mixed up. Okay, so you can see the consistency of the dough. It's very sticky at this point. So I've covered this with a damp cloth for about 20 minutes. Just let it sort of bench rest here. See, no real change there. Okay, let's check out the dough now. It's been in there for about 25 minutes. See, it's starting to get a little more fluffy. Let's give it mix it up a little bit. Do some folding. And it's getting a little better consistency here. Alright, this is about 5 folding sessions. You can see that it's much lighter and more airy. So if I fold it again, you'll see still a little sticky, but very workable here. Okay, so now I've transferred it onto a non-floured surface. like to use the granite just because that's what I have. Now I'm going to just sprinkle some dough on the top, maybe around the edge. I'll use that later. And then just sort of smooth it out here. So this side is going to end up facing down, touching the granite when we're done. What I use is this OXO scraper. Is really good. Just picked it up on Amazon. So I'm going to divide this roughly in half. You can weigh it out if you want with the digital scale. I don't bother. It seems to usually come out right. So then I'm just going to scrape this. Just flip it over so the floured side is now facing down. So I have my two rounds here. Now what I'll do is I'll fold it, you know, however you want to do it, right, left, top and bottom. I'll stretch it out a little bit, fold it over onto itself. Do the same here. And then get in the way there. I'll stretch this out. So if you get stuck, you can always use the scraper. Shouldn't really have to. Just fold that over. I think that's good for now. If you want to get into, you know, pinching this and twirling it, you can. But I'm just going to cover that for 20 minutes and we'll come back.